Hi, I'm going to demo our FYP game garden or event setup. For more information about configuring our IP addresses, please check out our README. So to open our game, first go to the bin folder. In the release folder, in the bin folder, open the FYP main server.exe. The FYP server can be run on different devices, but the IP addresses have to be configured accordingly. For this demo, we will run it on the same device to show you. So after the FYP main server is up, you can run the FYP gamelet.exe. The over settings, you can set it to your liking, but ensure that the rendering system is Directory 9. So once your gamelet is up and running, there will be two checks you have to perform. First, check the output of the gamelet system. Make sure that you see the output, that the connection request has been accepted, and the welcome message is printed. And on the main server, ensure that a connected has been connected. Once you perform these two checks, it means that the gamelet is ready to accept clients. So now we will log in a client on a different device. For more detail on how to open the client copies, we will show it in the next later on. So for now, you can see a client has connected. If you alternate tab, you will see the client's render window. So now the client can play from his device, and no controls are being put into the gamelet from this device itself. All communication is being received from the client's device. So now we'll proceed to show you how to set up the client copy before we talk about distributed rendering.
Everyone, here I'm going to show you how to set up the mobile client on the iPad for our game Garden of Eden. So to start, open the mobile client folder and click on the Xcode project file. Here we open the Xcode, and the codes are already done. You can run the game on the iPad or on a simulator. To choose between both, you can click here and click on the iOS device after you have connected your iPad. Just to note, you have to have iOS SDK license to run it on a mobile device. So for this demo, we'll show it on the iPad simulator. After you selected iPad simulator, click on Run, and it will build and open up the simulator. Here, the simulator is open. There are three boxes. First one is for you to click on the IP address. Then the second is username and password. Before connecting, please ensure that your main server and your gamelet are up on the other devices. So here we'll connect to our gamelet, which is at 192.168.1.100. As for username and passwords, please refer to the README file. Currently, there are two accounts that are registered into the gamelet system, and I'll use one of them here. So I'm going to click login. After logging in, you'll see that the UI is loaded. Currently, it's connecting to the gamelet to receive the feed from the gamelet. And once it shows up, you can start playing it. And as you can see, there's a bit of delay, but the game mostly works and is playable. So all these devices are big. All the stream is being sent from the gamelet itself, and it's sent over the network, and you can play multiplayers on multiple devices if you can connect other iPads along. And now that we're connected, I'll show you how to do the distributed rendering on the gamelet system.
Hi, now I'll show you how to perform distributed rendering on the gamelet system, now that we know how to set it up to access the client. First, ensure that the window which is primarily on the screen is not the player window, but the main window. So we're going to alternate tab to the DGFYP window. So make sure you check the top left corner, and the correct window is in the front of the screen. So once that is done, you can have a check to see if the main server has more than one gamelet connected. So we can see now there are two gamelets. So in this case, we can perform distributed rendering. So we go back to the DGFYP window. To statically test distributed rendering, we press the keypad divide button to dynamically test distributed rendering without pre-entering the IP addresses. We can press the keypad multiply button. So now we will demo the static version. So once we hit the divide key, you can see that the main window will have a skewed image. This is because the aspect ratio of this player's camera has been changed. If we alternate tap to this player's camera, we can see that it's only sending half of the main rendering window. So the other half of the player's image will be rendered by the second device that we distributed render to. So now we will take a look at the combined image on the client side.
Now I'm going to show you distributed rendering on the client itself. As you can see, we are now loaded into the game. Now I'm going to turn on distributed rendering on the gamelet. Upon activating the feature, you can see that the screen is split in half. The top half of the screen is going to be rendered by another gamelet. So once the gamelet is loaded, as you can see, we turn off the trees on the second gamelet to show you that the top half of the screen is indeed rendered by another gamelet. So we can move the game around and we can see the gameplay going on. So now I'll move the camera. As you can see, there is a bit of a delay from the distributed rendering, but other than that, more or less it is okay. And you can see the trees naturally are only rendered on the first gamelet and not the second one. So I can pan down and pan back up. And that concludes the end of our demo. Thank you.